Hi, I'm John Barker. I'm one of the vice presidents at KPost Company. I've been here for 9 years. KPost handles large commercial jobs, started in 2003. So we've been around right at 18 years. And we handle larger jobs, more marquee jobs. We have a lot of good relationships with general contractors. So we do some new construction, we do some re-roofs, and then we have a service department as well. When I came to KPost, we were on About Time, and we were excited to see in the WorkMax system that you could use facial recognition software. And then another big challenge for us was having our superintendents having to come back to KPost or use a desktop to approve time with About Time. So with WorkMax, we loved that it was cloud-based and they could approve that time from anywhere. That was huge for us. It is really easy to use. A lot of people are intimidated by technology, especially those that might not be fluent in English. And WorkMax is so easy. It's so easy to train. We have several bilingual staff that are on our full-time staff in the human resources department and the payroll department. So they work with them if they have any questions. But it makes it just pretty seamless to work with the system. They don't know all we do behind the scenes to make it work right. They just know they need to clock into their job, pick the right job cost code, and move about their day. Then they clock out the same way. The key for us is being able to only activate the job cost codes that we need so that they don't get confused on what they're going to log into. And WorkMax, that makes that so easy. The key for us with WorkMax, and I tell anybody that calls in and asks for a reference, is that it talks to Sage 300. We use that as our ERP. And the fact that those two softwares talk seamlessly is just huge for us. We type in the employee's name one time into our Sage HRMS software. It flows into Sage 300, and then it flows into WorkMax. And so we only have to type that name one time. That was a game changer for us, especially with just having an API that would talk. That's huge. The way that we're seeing all of the audits and reporting that's required for certified payroll and the way the industry is moving in that direction, WorkMax helps us pull those reports so that we can give that information to them in whatever format they request, usually in Excel, and we can get it in Excel through WorkMax. We've always jumped into technology. It's been big for us. It's a part of our interview process so that we know how people are comfortable with technology. If they're not, they may not be for us. So once they see the system, they're blown away with really how easy it is. I just learned about the Spanish version of your software. So we're excited to get that in HR and in payroll so that they can train all of our staff who are not fully bilingual to be able to use the Spanish version of it, and that will be great. For us, it's really doing what we say we're going to do, both with the customers and with the employees. We meet with the entire team monthly. We tell them plans that we have. We tell them about consistent work that we have, which helps us lower our turnover rate. So if we tell them we're going to do it, we do it. Sometimes people will kind of paint a big picture, a rosier picture than it really is. We try to never do that. Be upfront, honest. If it's bad news, it's bad news. If it's great news, it's great news. But either way, we're going to tell them. If we tell them we're going to do something, then we do it. Find softwares that integrate with each other. So many of the stories of companies our size and in the medium range, their number one frustration is that the softwares don't talk to each other. And so you have multiple copies of databases. You're typing in customers' names 12 times because you got to get it from the CRM into Sage and somehow over into whatever software you're using to bill for service. So it just, things aren't seamless, and that costs a lot of money, and you don't see that every day, but it adds up in soft costs. The fact that we could actually put one of your time clocks on our phone rather than an iPad is such a time saver and such an equipment saver for us, in the fact that virtually any device could be a time clock out in the field. We love that fact. And you were so flexible and versatile, and the things that WorkMax offered, even compared to About Time, was why we chose to go with you guys. So again, I'm repeating, but being able, I can even take all the iPads away from everybody, and we can have people clock in on their phone and still get facial rec, still be able to prove time from the phone, and having an app on the phone to be able to do that is key and saves us time and money. Yeah, and I think that's why the cloud is so critical. You know, when we moved to Office 365, that was a big reason we did that. Just anything's available anywhere. We have 2 items still left on site at KPost as far as a server goes. Everything else is in the cloud, which makes it where any device can be able to access it. So once we get those other 2 items up in the cloud, when the electricity goes down, when we have a freeze, when we have a flood, it won't matter. We can access it, and that is just a big deal for us. Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that intelligently with good data right now, but I know we have hundreds of thousands of time transactions with our almost 400 employees times, 252 business days times an in transaction and an out transaction. And if you're doing that on paper, I mean, that's pretty easy to calculate how the savings are going to come along. Two things come to mind: relationships with our vendors. I mean, we do see them as partners. We have an annual partners dinner where we bring everybody in who has been with us since the beginning to have a dinner and just talk about the last 18 years. And then we are willing to share any information that anybody needs. We know the key to our success is the people. And we want to share all that information with anybody who wants to come talk to us. We're in peer groups. We're in organizations. We teach classes. There's no real secret sauce other than here's our people, and they're going to get it done and do it well. Do we make mistakes? Yes. Do we always fix those and do what we said we're going to do? Yes. I think transparency and openness is key with our vendors. If you have a problem with us and we're not being a good customer, you could fire us as a customer. If you're not being a good vendor and helping do what Letty said, talking to her on customer service, we might not want that relationship. So the fact that we could sit down in a room and go, here's my real problem, let's solve this and move on and not just play games, I think that's been big for us. I was meeting with Texas Mutual in here 2 weeks ago, and it was the same with them. It's so great to just be able to sit down. We love them, they love us, we're great partners. And that's the key is the relationship and being good partners, and that you want us to succeed and we want you to succeed. You have people call me for references. I'm going to tell them how great you are, but I'm also going to tell you the challenges we've had, and I would expect the same with what you do with us. I would say 2 things. I would say do it without question. And the second thing is take notes of what you want. They'll listen and try to make it better.